let's not waste any more time. So what you're gonna do now is simply select everything and delete it. Now what you're gonna do is click on Shift A, go on text. Now what you can do in here is simply edit your text. So first what you'll have to do is go on edit mode by clicking on tab, and now you can just change your text. And now to change the font, what you're gonna have to do is click on the A right there, and now you're gonna go ahead and click on font, click on regular, and search for your font. Now what you're gonna have to do to add some depth to the text, because as you can see it's really flat, simply go ahead and go to geometry and extrude it up like so. Now you can go back on object mode and just rotate your text like so. Make sure it is at 90 degrees. Once that you're happy with this, what you can do is simply select your text, go to object, convert it into a mesh. Now go ahead and right click on it, set origin to geometry like this. Now let's add some materials. To do that, what you're gonna have to do is click on your object, then click on this sphere, and add 2 new materials like so. And the second material will be the material that we will see in the front. And what we're gonna do with this is simply put it light blue. And what we're gonna do now is simply select our text, go on edit mode, and what we're gonna do is simply select this third option right there. We're gonna have to go to the Z view and click on this button right there. Now what you're gonna have to do is simply select all of this. Now what you're gonna have to do is simply select your front matte, the second material that you created, and click on the sign. Now you can quit edit mode, and what you can do with this is simply edit it the way you like it. You can put a metallic effect on it by just cranking up the metallic setting and putting down the roughness. And you can also change the back material just by clicking with the colors of the material itself. Okay, now that you have your text, you're happy with it, you want to animate it. It's really simple. First, let's set up a camera. So Shift A, camera, and just make sure that it's well placed right in front of the text. Little tip to control the camera: click on N, click on view, lock to 3D cursor, and click the other box also. And now just make sure that everything is set up correctly. This is fine. You can uncheck these 2 options and we can start animating. So what we're gonna have to do now is a simple rotation. So what I have to do is simply keep a couple of frames forwards and click on I while the text is selected. Click on rotation. Now go to the first frame and simply rotate your text a little bit like this and click on I. And as you can see, you got your animation already. You can make your animation smoother simply by working with the graphs a little bit. Okay, I like this, so I'll go back to my timeline. And now what I want to actually do, see in a lot of music videos, they deform their 3D text when they're doing title cards. So we'll try to achieve the same effect. So what you're gonna have to do is simply select your text again, go on that little modifier toolbox here, click on add modifier, then click on simple deform. As you can see, it's already deforming. We're gonna have to animate it. So skip a frame behind, add a new keyframe, and click on the dot close to angle right there. This will add a new keyframe for the deformation. Then skip a few frames like so, just put the deformation at 0 and apply the keyframe, something like this. And what you can do with this is also play around with the graph to make it better. Open a new window like this, go ahead and click on that, then click on shader editor, click on world and use node. What you're gonna have to do with this is simply delete background, Shift A, and search for environment texture, connect it, and just search for a texture or an edge there, right, that you have in stock. I'll pick this one right there. As you can see, the 3D model is not really smooth, so to fix that, simply right click on it and click on shade auto smooth, and it will be really smooth. Okay? And to add some extra lights, just Shift A, click on lights and 3-point lights, and just crank up the base energy like so. What you're gonna have to do is simply go on render, film, and transparent. Now what we're gonna have to do next is simply limit the number of frames that you want to render. So just make sure that's at a decent number like this, and just make sure to export it in the right format in the right direction. So I'll put it in downloads, and I'll just have to make a new folder, a new title card, and put all of the images here. Make sure it's a PNG. So before hitting render, what you can do is simply turn on the ambient occlusion, crank it up, turn on bloom, put on screen space retracing if you have it, and turn on motion blur. Now what you can do is simply click on render and render animation. Once your render is done, what you can do is simply open up your project, and to import the actual text that you made in Blender, what you're gonna have to do is right click, import file, then you'll have to look for the file that you created for your title card. So for me, this is this one. And then you're gonna have to put, just make sure that the first file that you see is named 0001 like this. And you're gonna click on the first one and select PNG sequence and click on import. Then simply drag it inside your timeline. So this is how it's looking. You can still edit it, add some effects to it. So now you can do whatever you want with the logo. You can do pretty much everything you can do with After Effects with it. So that was it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and share the videos with anyone you want. And see you in another video.